everybody, it's Karina from Nutrition Alliance, and I promised I would make a video about the post that I just did on protein, and how important protein is and how it's kind of our superhero. So I'm doing this for those of you who don't necessarily have the time to read, or maybe don't like to read, or maybe learn better by listening. So I hope this helps. I'll try to make it as short as possible. If you want more details, you will have to read my posts. I'm much better at writing than I am speaking, but I'll do my best. So anyway, I talked about protein and just how awesome it is. It compiles so much of our body. I feel like it's very underrated in our culture, and it gets dismissed a lot, especially when people like me, who like to lift a lot of weights, work out a lot, and especially the bros talk about it. It gets dismissed because it's just like, oh, let's get big, bro, just silly. But really, it is so important for the human body. It makes up our bones, our muscles, our arteries. It makes up our skin, our hair, our nails. Our brains and our heart and liver and kidneys are built from tissues that are proteins. The collagen in our cartilage and tendons are protein. The antibodies in our immune system are proteins, and this is something cool about those. They're shaped like a Y, so they have two hands and a stem. So the hands will grab on to a foreign organism, or a molecule, a virus, grab onto it and start fighting it, and the stem will send out signals to the rest of the immune system, calling for help to attack this foreign molecule. So proteins help us fight sickness and viruses and foreign nastiness. Our chromosomes are compiled of proteins. The enzymes in our body that facilitate chemical reactions are made from proteins. So just protein does a ton. My dog's right here. That's Charlie Moose. So anyway, proteins just compile so much of our body. And what proteins are, basically, they are amino acids. So you'll hear bodybuilders, fitness enthusiasts talk about amino acids. That's what protein is. They're amino acids. So there are 20 total, 8 of which are essential to us. The non-essential amino acids our bodies already produce on their own, but the 8 we actually have to consume with food. So we have to consume with whole protein products like meat, dairy, so on and so forth. So what happens when we ingest protein is our digestive system will then break down the protein, and the protein gets absorbed into our bloodstream. So then after that, enzymes go and kind of take those amino acids apart and reconstruct them into new patterns to do various things throughout the body, like take oxygen to build, like, making blood cells, building muscles, and so on and so forth. So it does a lot of really cool stuff. So and one of the things it does is it could actually, protein can be sort of a fat cure. And that's not to say that you can go on to eat, 3 cakes, 12 large pizzas, and then have a steak after, and it'll take the fat away. That's not at all what I'm saying. Basically, when protein in a diet is increased compared to what the fat is in that diet, cholesterol levels will drop. They're in decreasing the fat in the body. So it's I don't know. It's pretty cool. It will basically, um, I guess you just need to make sure that you balance out. Like if you're gonna have a high fat diet, you need to balance it out with a protein. However, too much of anything, any kind of caloric excess, you are gonna gain weight. You are gonna get fat. Just because those excess calories your body doesn't need them, so it's going to store them to be used for later, which comes in the form of gaining weight and more fat on the body. So but this isn't to say that you should only eat protein, because that is very dangerous. Protein So protein can carry fat throughout the body and deposit fat in all the proper places and store what fat is left over. However, if you decrease your fat so much and you don't have any carbs, which are main sources of energy being converted into energy, your body will then turn to protein. So then that protein has to go through the kidney, and the kidney has to take out the nitrogen from the amino acid, and that'll then convert it into usable energy. What that does though is overworks the kidneys, and you can have kidney failure. So really dangerous. You need to have a balance. I'm not advocating for a all protein diet, and anybody who does is ignorant. Don't do that. You need a good balance. But anyway, with that said though, it is a major question, how much protein should I have? But that really, in all reality, it depends on the person, their activity level, man or woman, are they pregnant, so on and so forth. So there's so many determining factors that go into that. But a good idea, or a way to get a good idea of what you should be consuming, we burn up or use 0.33 grams per every 2.2 pounds of body weight every day. So me, I think mine ended up being 52 grams, which seems very low to me. That wasn't taking into consideration my activity levels, my workouts, my sleeping habits, so on and so forth. Sorry, checking on the dog. So I did think that was very low, and I looked up what the man says we should be taking in every day, and for men it was about 63 grams per day, and women was about 51, I believe, which also just seems very low, regardless of activity level. And I understand everybody's different, so if you take in about that much and you feel good on you, keep after it. But I just don't think that's enough. So I had looked up a while ago, Ben Pakulski. If you don't follow him, you should. He's a smart man, and he did a podcast with Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. She advocates for everybody, no matter what, should have a minimum of 90 grams of protein per day. And I 100% agree with her. With all that protein does in our body, and here's something I forgot to mention about the amino acids. They have to all be present at once in order to work. So you can't spread out your protein consumption throughout the week. You need to eat it all like daily. You need to have protein daily, because if there is a protein or an amino deficiency, if even one is lacking, the rest will struggle. So it's kind of like a football team. If one player is missing, you're not going to win the game. So you have to have protein every day. And with all that protein does, it doesn't really make sense that we would only need, as women, 51 grams a day. That just doesn't make sense to me. And even for men, 63 grams seems awfully low. So I believe that 90 grams per day at a bare minimum is the best for you at a bare minimum. I try to eat my body weight in grams, not pounds, of protein every day, because I work out a lot. I work out 5 days a week for, I do 5 days of weights, doing 40 to 60 minutes of that, and 3 to 4 days a week I'll do HIIT cardio for 10 to 20 minutes. So I really tax my body. So I really feel like I need that much protein because I need to get oxygen to my blood, which is protein. I need to make sure my bones aren't gonna crap out on me, which is protein. I need to rebuild my muscle, which is protein, and so on and so forth. So I think that's probably the best way to do it. Let's see, what else? I think that's pretty much it. This is just a synopsis. I got a lot more detailed in my blog. You can go to thenutritionalliance.wordpress.com to read it. I'll link it down below as well. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm going to be pretty active on there. I'm Karina Jenks Nutrition, KarinaJenks Nutrition. So I'm on there. And yeah, I'll try to post more videos. I'm sorry for the tacky, not professional filming, but it's what I got right now. So I hope this helps some of you. I hope you learned something. If you're a dietitian, if you're a nutritionist, a fitness enthusiast, a nutrition enthusiast, I love to hear from you, hear your thoughts, hear what you've found to be true about protein and our body's needs of it. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, great night, whatever time it is that you're watching, and I'll see you next time.